Well, hello there. Welcome to my first ever YouTube channel, which is a AMA based on hitting 500 followers. Currently, we are standing at about 640. It's not that I've been delayed. It's definitely not because I've been delayed and been putting this off for a while. We've been growing pretty well so far in these first 3 to 4 months that we've been around, and I've absolutely been blown away. With that said, I'm gonna go ahead here. I asked my Discord a little bit of 2, 3 weeks ago, for 500 follower ago, on what are the questions that they would have always wanted to know about me, aside from what I talk about on stream. I do talk about a lot of stuff usually, and I'm pretty open book. So I just figured if there was any little things that common questions, I would come around to it. So I tried doing this format a little bit, just more structured, right? And just going through the most common questions. But I feel like it didn't come off as genuine as if we're having a conversation. So I'm just going to go ahead here, read the ones that I did pick off earlier, and just add a little bit of few of them else on the side. With that, let's get started to this. All right. Why did you start streaming? So during the pandemic, I went through like a lot of stuff, right? I did lose my job for a quick second. I spent a lot of time with a lot of close friends just playing video games, hanging on Discord, like I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys did. And then I got COVID around, I want to say midway through, at the beginning of December. So I missed out on a lot of the family holiday stuff, right? Like I missed out on Christmas, I missed out on New Year's. And during that time, I kind of asked myself, like, man, what did I miss out on? Like, I haven't really done anything during this pandemic. And it kind of just like resided with me. So I kind of was just like, okay, I tried streaming about a year ago from that time to no success, so to speak, right? I believe I was doing it for the wrong reasons, and I just felt like I needed to do something. And when I identified that I was doing it for the wrong reasons, I said, we're going to start this weight loss journey again. And this time I want to document everything. In order to document it, I want to be able to help encourage and inspire people to do the same. So I decided to hit that live button, and it was pretty rough the first 2, 3 weeks. And I just got this massive amount of flow and love and support from people that even up to today, I'm still shocked at what's happening. So I started streaming to share this journey and try to send a positive message out there. That's really it, like, honestly. And I believe from what people have been telling me and people coming out with their own stories or sharing personal information, I think we're currently on the right track for that. How did you feel when you started streaming? I don't think there was any feeling to it. When I approach streaming, like I post most things, I want to say overdo it. So I knew that the second I decided I was going to stream, I knew it wasn't going to be something that I was going to do casually. I knew it was something that I was going to want to try very, very hard for. And I knew that it would possibly just put a lot of time and effort in and might have not have a quote unquote payout or payback, right? But again, during streams when people shared their stories, when people came for advice and told me how like they felt better, I've had people show up and be like absolute trolls and then instantly flip over whatever the hell's going on, and then they become part of the community. They stop their troll antics. They tell me they're trying to be better people, and it was the feeling was that of an unknown, right? Like I was gonna hit this like button. I was gonna try to start being positive this year, since I was pretty bad like the previous years or whatever, and the feeling was just like, where we're gonna be down the line in a month or two ago, and it wasn't a scared feeling. I don't want to say I was ever scared. It was just kind of like figuring out what we were gonna do if we started snowballing or if we started falling back. It was a learning experience, and I don't regret a single thing. I'm not actually sure that even answered the question, to be honest, but that's all I got for you guys for with that question. This is the number one related question next coming up, which it's about beard treatment and whether I do anything to it, and 100%. I'm sorry to say I don't use beard products. I don't use anything for treatments. I kind of just run the comb through it when I shower. I condition my hair, condition my beard, and just let it run wild. Since streaming, a lot of people have put a lot more focus into my beard. Um, Not sure why, but I believe I want to put more effort into it now as well. I want to be more conscious, self cautious about it, and like buy beard products, like make it look less scruffy, you know. So it's kind of one of those things where I think it'll be good if I improve on it because you guys seem to really enjoy it and like it, and that makes me happy, right? So that was actually the number one. We had like almost every single person who submitted a question had that on there, and I thought it was funny. I should have saved it for the end, but it feels very anticlimactic because I don't do anything special to it. I'm sorry if you're one of those people who just thought I was gonna have this crazy regime to maintaining my beard. You know. Let's go on to the next question here. Um, I'm trying to figure out one that I can actually like respond to properly and not just like be a cop out, so to speak. Here's another one. What is your favorite part of streaming? Favorite part of streaming has been, I would say, two. Favorite part has been being more organized with my life. Having a set schedule on top of just a full time job lets me organize everything else and put it into order. Helps me clean up, makes me do my bed. I stream with the overhead camera. Hello, you know? So it holds me a little bit more accountable. Ooh, that you guys. It holds me accountable to the aesthetics of my room. Obviously, you know, like I'm showering obviously before, but you know, showering twice a day now is a little bit better. It feels good. I feel a lot fresh. And the second one would be just the experiences people have given to me. We've had people come out to us, whether they were trans or not, or gay or bi, and like to me that's been really good because I've had a brother who's part of the LGBT community, and being able to, and I know at his age, you know, when he was growing up in the '90s, it wasn't really accepted, and there's really nowhere to go to and talk about it. You know, this is like the early stages of the internet, so even that, and like you know, we didn't grow up all that, you know, we didn't grow up that well to where we could afford the internet. So it just makes me happy that like now in today's age we have so many different platforms that people can go and feel welcomed, and I think that obviously will always take number one over anything. And like I find great comfort in knowing that people show up and they know they're going to be accepted. They know, you know, I don't mind who they are, and I've absolutely loved that. And that's honestly has been my favorite one, favorite one. Here's one by Edge, great guy. How long have you been streaming? And he also asked how do you feel about it. Okay, so I've been streaming up until the recording of this video. We've been streaming for 13 weeks. We're at 13 weeks, and we're at a little bit over 600 followers, and it's very humbling. I've had a lot of support. I obviously didn't do this by myself. I'll talk about that a little bit later on, but just having people from different communities, especially people who raid. When people raid, they kind of just pick me out of this random group of hundreds of thousands of people, and I love when their community, and not only their community but themselves, return and just want to talk and hang out. It's been something that I think has been like an eye opener. You know, like you just don't raid somebody and go, here you go, this is a random person. I'm gonna raid them. I'm gonna say hi to them and leave. Right? There's this moment where you capture somebody, you know, and you just like look dead in them and you just go like, this isn't over. We're gonna be friends. We're gonna talk. And I've absolutely loved that. I've had many people like that. Hugh, Old Game Dad, Wigham, like all these people are now like part of the community. Our community knows and loves them. Other friends like Mingo, like these people have just great. Like one of my favorite things is while I'm at work, I visit all these people who have rated me, and I see our fans, our followers, our fans, whatever you want to call it, in the same community, sharing the emotes across like 10 different channels, and it's all of us, and that thing's just been great. And I don't know how to explain that like excitement of all this just happened in 13 weeks, and I'm grateful for it. I really, really am. And let's move on to the next question here. How's your off-camera personality like? Before I decide to hit the go live button when I stream, I make sure that I am who I am. I make sure that I am myself. And I do that so that I hopefully come off genuine to you guys, that I hopefully that hopefully if we ever meet in public, you guys will see that I am the exact same person. I'm not standoffish. I'm very loud. I'm very outgoing. I speak to a room, not to a person. Whoever responds, that's my target audience. You know, you're feeling lonely, you're quiet, you're shy. If I come out and make you feel comfortable by being the loudest person in the room to take attention on me and show you that it's okay, then that's fine with me. And I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Oh, my personality. Yeah, yeah. So that's really it. I always show up to parties with, well, I used to show up to parties with like, 224 packs, yelling at people, handing over stuff. I'll walk into random conversations, give my input. Most of it was really trolly, and I was like an asshole. And, people liked it. Some people hated it, but I was always going forward, right? I never took anything too personal. And that's it. Hopefully, the person you guys see over the screen is the exact same person that I am portraying out there in the world. So we're the same thing. There is no difference. Do I maybe walk a little different, speak a little different with closer people? Of course. But we're all like that, right? We have friends who we're more comfortable with, and in that instance, sure, it does change just a little bit, but it's still who I am. It's still me, the same person. Do you have any advice for people who start out streaming? Oh man, it's the number one advice. There's two things, two advices that I always give people. The first one is you're not in competition with anybody. I don't think it's healthy to see yourself in that light. You are only in competition with your previous self. As long as you are 1% better than who you were the day before, you're moving on. You're moving forward, right? You should always only look to compete with yourself. Try something new. Add a new layover, add a new sound effect, add a new transition, remove something, add a new text to speech, add text to speech, or remove it if depends on the communities. Add new point redemptions, add new gifts and stuff like that for your donations and followers. It's all about trying. It's okay to fail because you will learn from your failures, right? Like that's really been like the best learning experiencing for me in streaming. I've tried a lot of things. People who've been with me since the beginning have probably seen many different transition screens. They probably heard many different introductions from me, and it's about trying something else until something feels right for yourself and your channel. With that said, I'm kind of blanking out here on what I was going to say second. So it's don't you're competing with yourself. And find second, yeah, the first one would be find a reason why you want to stream. If you come into this thinking, I want to be noticed, I want to make money, I believe you're gonna end up hurting yourself, and I don't think we as people can afford to like keep hurting ourselves because there's people out there who accidentally hurt us, right? So if we beat our own selves down over things that are out of our control, then it doesn't help anything. It doesn't help your situation. Mine was to essentially sit here and yell at people positivity, make them feel good, do push-ups, talk about any topic and all topics that we can possibly good. Make people feel good when they come in, right? We have an obligation. I feel we have some form of obligation to people who walk in, right? I say this in my stream all the time. Twitch is a form of escapism as well, right? Out of all the great things that exist, what some people do show up to escape their real world, to escape whatever shitty situations they're at in life. And if I'm sitting here ignoring chat, mad, complaining about my team and being upset, and it's not funny, and I'm doing it in a very monotone voice, and I'm swearing, and you can see that I am unhappy, somebody who's unhappy is not going to want to stick around, and they're going to click away, and we have all but 5 seconds to capture somebody, right? So find the reason why you're doing it, and then stream. I really do advise you find it before or during your streaming, because if it's too late and you're doing it for the wrong reasons, then you're not gonna be happy with yourself, and that's like the worst thing that could happen to you. I don't want that happening to you guys. So we're moving on to the next question here. How did you come up with your logo? Oh man, I had a Discord with some friends, and I was trying to look for a logo. While trying to look for a logo, I couldn't find anything that I liked. So I pulled up GIMP 2, saw a tutorial on how to create logos, and I came up with the SoCal Sal logo, or the SoCal Sal coin. I don't even know what it is here. Everybody calls it different things. It's great. I love it. My community is essentially named and done everything for me, and I can't be happier than that. I knew I had to have an S and a C for SoCal. Plus, those are also the initials to my real name, Salvador C. Right, and I just knew it just had to feel right and be simple and straight to the point because I believe your logo is what defines you and your brand, right? It's nothing anything fancy. It's again like black and white. It's simple, and when you see it, you can see it and read SoCal Sal in it, right? And you're just like, yo, that's dope. Let's click on it. Let's go. And that's really it. It took me like 4 hours. I'm not ashamed to say that. I have no experience with the GIMP or Photoshop, and I sat there for about 4 hours. The great story is one of my friends, the sixth ever, she's one of the mods in my chat. When I originally lost the original image, I was like, hey, like I lost the image. Can you recreate it? She is so talented. She recreated it within, I'm not gonna lie, something like 20 minutes of just sitting there with me. And she recreated the logo with like zero things. She found the correct font, the works. And I'm just sitting there like, hey, you know, it took me 4 hours to do this. And she just couldn't stop laughing. And it was one of the funniest things ever. Like she really didn't believe it. So those are the stories that I love about streaming, you know? It's always great. It's always great. Um, whew. Okay, let's see. How do we go here? I think we've covered a few. I'm not even sure what count we're at. Um, can I draw you, but as a baby? Sure. I'll answer that question. It's just random. It sits there. It's hilarious. Next question. What are the specs on in your PC? Okay, I like that question because I put a lot of time and effort on my PC even before I decided to stream. I'm running a i9900K Intel processor, CPU, sorry, and a 2080 Ti. That's really it. The RAM, Corsair Vengeance, motherboard, I couldn't think of it off the top of my head at the moment. I do love PCs. It's also AIO cooled. I love it. It's pretty, like, you know, it took me time to get there, but it was well worth saving up. I can stream really well. It helps with the setup. It helps with all the multiple monitors because I have way too many, and it's something that my friends even give me shit about. All right, so let's go on to the next one. I keep seeing the beard question, like, what do you do with the beard? It's so good. It's so good. When's merch coming out? I have no idea. I have a local friend who has a printing, a shirt printing machine, and she doesn't mind doing things for me. Obviously, I pay her. But as of merch or so, I don't know. I really don't know. I guess it just depends on the demand for it, and then I'll try to probably use the Stream Elements versions of it. It's just, I'll lower the price up to just so that I make zero profit pretty much. And if you guys really want to wear it, it'll mean the absolute world to me. So who knows? It just depends on how many people keep asking. What is my ideal first date? Making a connection, right? Like, cause I don't think it matters what happens. I've had quote unquote shitty first dates, right? Where like reservation didn't go through, car almost got towed. You know, like we couldn't get into the movies, like just random stuff has happened, right? But at the end of the day, as long as you made some connection with somebody, those have been great and ideal. So I would say my ideal first date is to have a connection at the end of the night with someone. You know, everything that leads up into that is just, you know, faded memories and like a bigger story. Let's see. I do not know. I can finally. Oh my god, that's another beard question. What do you enjoy doing in your free time? Twitch. First and foremost, I'm a Twitch viewer before I'm a. And I feel cringy saying this. A Twitch streamer. I'm a Twitch enjoyer before I am anything else. And while I'm at work, before streams, after streams, I enjoy Twitch. I try to see what people like in others. I try to find ways to improve myself and my stream based off multiple other people. And it's what I enjoy in my free time. I like reading books, of course, right? But those are far and few in between. I don't mind watching, you know, movies. I've been currently getting a little bit more into anime. I wouldn't say I'm like an anime fan or anything, but it's been good. So I've been trying to not spit on my microphone as much. Yeah, just Twitch. It's kind of what's consuming my life at the moment. This is one of my favorite questions, and I like that it comes from somebody who's been there from week 2 or 3. Who helped you on the road from the day you started? A good amount of people, but I would say the 2 number 1 people are people you guys have probably seen around my community. Um, the lesser known person is probably the sixth ever. She helped with my layouts. She was there from day one. She said, "Hey, you got this. This is great." Every single time I hit a milestone of 100, 200, 300, she was there to cheer me on and just be like, "Hey, you hit it. Like, this is not surprising. I knew you were going to do this. You know, I'm not like, I would be surprised if you didn't hit 200, 300 in X amount of time." And she's been absolutely a dream and a pleasure to be friends with. The second person is somebody you guys may know a little bit more, my boy Barthelo. Um, he was there playing devil's advocate at the times that I needed him, right? He was just like, "Why are you doing this? Are you sure you're doing this for the right reasons? Like, why are you going too hard? Are you sure you're okay? Are you getting rest?" You know? He was a great friend when you need him. He's always been a great friend. I've known him for 15, 20 plus years. He's always been a great friend. So I'm glad that I had two great and solid people in my life helping me on this journey. And now, before I start to cry, we're going to call the video and end there. Thank you guys very much. This video is going on about 20 minutes or so. I'm probably not going to edit it. I'm just going to upload it here because this is like my 5th time trying to record it, and I can't find the proper way to do it and come off genuine. So I really do hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully this shows you guys a little bit more who I am. Obviously, if I am live at the SoCal Sal on twitch.tv, then you can ask any questions there. I'm more than willing to share and talk to you guys about everything. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Is that something people still say? I don't know. I feel like I'm still in like 2006.